Hey there, welcome back to our channel. I know the start of the season hasn't been exactly what we dreamed and the frustration is real, but today I need you to pay close attention because a rumor is growing behind the scenes around the league, a rumor involving a Pro Bowl player that could be the answer to one of our biggest problems. The front office is at a crucial juncture and a big trade could be on the horizon. Stay with me because we'll analyze whether this move is the salvation we need or a gamble that's too risky. Let's be honest, the current situation is at its limit. No one is pressing the panic button yet, but it's undeniable that the team's performance so far is below expectations. And if there's one thing we've learned about our general manager, Adam Peters, it's that he's not afraid to take action. He's already demonstrated in recent months that he's relentless in his pursuit of building a competitive roster, completely transforming the group of players he inherited. He won't sit around waiting for things to improve on their own. With the trade deadline fast approaching, the pressure on Peters to make another move is only increasing. If results don't emerge in the coming weeks, he'll almost certainly hit the market to find solutions. And it's in this scenario that an analyst from a major American sports network, Bleacher Report, has thrown a name out there that's generating a lot of buzz. A name that, if it comes through, could immediately transform our defense and solve a headache we've had since the beginning of the year. The suggestion gaining traction is that the Commanders should call the Seattle Seahawks and inquire about the availability of cornerback Rick Woolen. Yes, that one. A player who was selected to the Pro Bowl in his rookie season and is considered one of the most talented young prospects at the position. According to the analyst, league insiders suggest Seattle may be willing to trade him, and the price could be somewhere around 2 mid or late draft picks. For those unfamiliar, Rick Woolen exploded onto the league stage as a rookie, showcasing a rare combination of size, speed, and interception ability. While he won't be at the same spectacular level in 2025, he's still a very efficient player, allowing a low completion percentage when targeted. At 26, he still has a lot of potential to grow into one of the best in the league. The idea of bringing him in to bolster our weakest area of the roster is, to say the least, very tempting. But why would the Seattle Seahawks be willing to trade such a talented player? The answer, as is almost always the case in the NFL, is money. Woolen is in the final year of his rookie contract and will naturally want a big extension, one that pays him like one of the league's best cornerbacks. Seattle may not be willing to make that investment, so the logical thing would be to trade him now and receive some draft picks in return, rather than lose him for free at the end of the season. The most interesting thing about all this is how perfectly he would fit into our defensive system. The scheme that head coach Dan Quinn and coordinator Joe Witt Jr. like to use requires big, physical cornerbacks who can play aggressively at the line of scrimmage. Rick Woolen seems to have been designed in a laboratory to play this type of defense. He has all the physical characteristics and playing style that our coaching staff values, which would make his adaptation much easier and faster. Of course, not everything is rosy. There are two major obstacles to this negotiation. The first is that Adam Peters may be reluctant to give up more draft picks, which are valuable for building the team's future. The second, and perhaps more important, is that by bringing in Woolen, we would have to be prepared to give him the big contract he desires. It would be a significant financial investment. The question is, does the disappointing performance of our cornerbacks so far create the necessary urgency to make such a bold move? This is the crossroads our board finds itself at. Should we continue to rely on our existing players and hope for improvement, or be aggressive and bring in a proven talent who can solve the problem once and for all? I'd like to hear your opinion. Do you think it's worth paying the price, both in draft picks and cash, to bring in Rick Woolen? Comment below, yes or no, and tell me why. And if you want to be the first to know if this rumor becomes reality, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell right now. The possibility of this trade leaves us with a deep reflection on our team's current situation. The coming weeks will be crucial in defining our path, and Peters' decision, whatever it may be, will tell us a lot about his vision. This brings me to the final question. Would an aggressive move for a player like Rick Woolen be a sign that management believes we're one piece away from truly competing, or would it be an acknowledgement that the roster rebuild still has more serious flaws than we imagined?